You see, before you judge David, make sure you can survive what he survived.
When I was in courtship with my wife, there are times where I want to carry her to the bush. Just carry her on my head and run straight. One of the reasons why I could not carry her and run is because, one, she was my disciple. So she's looking at me.
Good day to the one fearfully and wonderfully created by God. I welcome you to Courtship Media. Courtship Media is a channel that shares Nigerian and international men of God sermons. Dear listener, is this your first time of joining this channel? If it is, kindly subscribe and turn on the notification button. In today's video, Evangelist Kasiena Esiri and Apostle Arome Osayi will be talking on the word immorality, the route way out. In a couple of weeks, a video from Evangelist Kasiena Esiri was online where he conversed what happened when he was an undergraduate. Apostle Arome Osayi talked deeply on this matter. You know, this is what many people are going through. Many people, through their emotion, are being tempted to do such a thing. Apostle Arome has a message for those that are being tempted, although they have not done it, or for those that have done it already. Apostle Arome has a message. He explained what he did when he also went through it. Although Apostle Arome did not mention something like that, but he also had the emotion when he was during his courtship. But he explained how he overcame it. So that's why we are bringing this video, to learn also as a youth or as someone that is already in a relationship. Kindly watch the two videos and learn from these men of God.
You see, dear brothers, dear sisters, I have found that in present day Christianity, it's possible to do church and to do your Christian life without Jesus. And it will look like you are still with him. It will look like everything is still the same way it should be. I go around, just this weekend I came back from a long trip in the southeast, began on Saturday, came back on Sunday evening. I meet young people. Sometimes people cry in meetings, they cry. They roll, they weep. I've been there too. I remember one meeting back on campus. It was a worship meeting. Powerful that night. I still remember what I was wearing. I remember the jeans, I remember the t-shirt. I rolled on the floor crying. Anybody that would have seen me that day, I said, God, how loves Jesus. In fact, as I was walking to my hostel, I was skipping, singing sweet songs to the one whom my heart loves. When I got to the hostel, I was staying in what you call a semi-self-contained. It's 2 rooms. Those people in Delta State University will know that place. It's Emu Hostel. Anybody from Delsu? Abraka? Emu Hostel. They call it semi-self-contained. So 2 rooms sharing toilet, kitchen, and bathroom. So in our own room, we were 4 brothers, 3 brothers. In their own room, there were 3 sisters, girls. Not family related, but 3 girls were staying here, 3 boys were staying here. Me and my roommates, Hannah roommates. And meanwhile, one of the girls in that room, I had noticed over a period that I had begun to have a reaction towards her. And I was fighting it in the place of prayer. That day that I came back from worship. As I was about to climb the stairs to enter the room, I noticed her room door. There was light. Everything within my being said, Kasiena, enter your room. But you see, I said, let me just go and greet. So I entered there and I rested on the table. I just rest my back. And there was just a candle light She was sprawled on the bed. I'm giving you details so that you understand what I'm saying. She was sprawled on the bed in a nightgown. It was evening. I was just coming from night. I was just coming from fellowship. And the way the candle cast her shadow. Revinokos. You see, before you judge David, make sure you can survive what he survived. And then I said hello and greeted her and was about to take my leave. And she said, what are you doing there now? Come. And you see, I lie not to you. Till today. If you ask me how I left that table and got to that bed, I don't know how. And I'm not exaggerating. God is my witness. I just know that I was once here. And I found myself there. But that's not the whole story. At this time, I was already leading morning devotions in that hostel. Yes. 5, 6 a.m. I'm the one on the field. Crowds gather. They knew me as a man of God. It was during when I lead morning devotions that they knew that people could cry in morning devotions. I taught morning devotions and cultists. I was a cultist myself before I got saved, before I rededicated my life. I saw confra people come and meet me in the room and say, Kai, what you said today. I was already leading morning devotions with power, with grace, without microphone. Early hours of the morning, everybody that was on my block will hear my tongues rattle. I must do it 2 hours before I step out. It was the same me as we were doing royal rumble on the bed, getting ready to do the devil's work. I was the one that said, I whispered to her, they will catch us. They will catch us. Uncle, if they are going to catch us, is it not to get up and lock the door? Because by the time I walked in and got to her, the door, it was just the curtain. So the reasonable thing would have been, let us lock the door. But you know what I said? Let's go outside. They will catch us. Let's go outside. So we came out and went behind the hostel. And like a dog, I had sex with her. Not knowing that the neighbor opposite watched the whole movie from beginning to end. From beginning to end. This is the story. The next morning, I got up as usual. And then I wanted to ascend. I lay on my bed and I sought for the one whom my heart loves. And I found him not. I tried. Cool. Normally, this is the way God designed my walk with him. If I start praying here, I can shut you out for 4 hours. And it will come like oil. My transitions are smooth. They are quick. Except there's something troubling me. Smooth, quick. I tried. I couldn't break through. Then the brother from the other room just came, opened the curtain and said, Kai, Pastor, you're too much. Kai. Tears fell from my eyes.
You know, we are young people and sorry, mommies. This one is required. Young people, many of us will soon get married and all that. Sex is a good appetite to be used under the government of God. Allowable only when you are married. All those appetites that are driving you now that you're in courtship, it can be maintained, it can be tamed by spirit power if you do not ignore it. When it comes and it's not time for it to come, don't awake love before it pleases. It's like a radical inferno. It will run you crazy. It's like a drug. Are you with me? If you cannot master these little appetites, how can you conquer kingdoms and hold it down for God? That's what the Bible says. A man that cannot keep his household in check, how can that one govern the church of God? If you cannot master the little appetites you are carrying, how can you conquer kingdoms? Are you with me? If you lose the virtue of sincerity, you are a fake man. If you lose it, you are becoming fake. And the devil, you know, lust can eat your soul just like witchcraft does. Don't lose it. So when you notice that your eyes are no longer under the control of your spirit, that your eyes are moving like this, your spirit is saying calm down, calm down, calm down. So you know it's independent. So what you do is what? 21 days it will calm down. When your spirit says calm down, it will calm down. So don't speak in tongues and touch it. You can handle those appetites if you know how to release the ability of the spirit. Because the Bible says that if by the Spirit of God we bring to death the appetites of our mortal body. So the appetites of your mortal body, you can decide to deploy spirit power to tame it. Because you don't use any appetite except it's allowable under God's government. Are you still with me today? Because God has helped us in mastering some of these appetites. When they brought bread for us to take on the field, our system has been wired up by the principles of righteousness. So what you are bringing is not consistent with what my inner man is made of. So it's not a challenge for me to reject it, no matter how much it is, because I'm wired off by a different technology. You can't handle those little appetites. You think you can rule Benue State and make a difference? You don't understand. You will be the porter in guest hostel. You will be the taking roll call, and you will not know why you are there, because an appetite made you a slave. I know you don't like what I'm saying, but when I was in courtship with my wife, there are times where you will want to, I want to carry her to the bush. Just carry her on my head and run straight. One of the reasons why I could not carry her and run is because, one, she was my disciple. So she's looking at me carefully to see what with this preacher. So I had to learn in silence how to breathe, because she saw me as a perfect man. One day she asked me, do you fall sick? Because whenever I come, I roar with kingdom language. Then I told her, I say, I'm a man, I fall sick. She felt I was a living perfect master. She never knew that I was breathing up. Sometimes for 3 days, because I'm battling with something just came up after the last call. If you don't see the futility of your humanity in relationship to present those lawless faculties to God to tame, you know, we are young people.
Apostle Arome have said,
sorry,
you have to tame your flesh whenever you have the urge. As a man, you are not bound to have the urge, but you have to tame it. You know, God will be entrusting much more work into your hand.
Sex is a good appetite to be